we are going to see pre-consent. What is consent? Consent is permission for something to happen or agreement to do something. Okay, make something happen, you ask for permission and you give permission or agreement. Okay, I'll also agree to it. So that's called consent. No change may be made without the consent of all partners. Means what? Should not make any change in anything, maybe an agreement or any product or any document or any artifact without consulting every partner and get their agreement. That is what is called. The synonyms are agreement, assent, concurrence, accord. So these are all the things. So now, free consent is of 5 types. Coercion, undue influence, mistake, fraud, misrepresentation. What is the meaning of consent? We saw it just now, the dictionary meaning. So what the law says, Contract Act says, consent means an act of assenting to an offer. Assenting means agreeing to an offer. According to section 13, two or more persons are said to consent when they agree upon the same thing in the same sense. Means what? You may agree, but you may agree two persons are there is a horse. One person agrees the horse is horse and the other person agrees the horse is a donkey. That is not consent. That's the difference, right? So the sense is what the sense is? It is a horse. So both have to agree it's a horse. Thus consent involves identity of mind. Both of them are seeing each other. Respect of the subject matter of the contract. So basically consent is called consensus ad idem. Consensus ad idem. Basically the meeting of minds. So these are all the things. One is coercion. Other thing is a fraud. Maybe undue influence. There's a mistake. And you see the Burger King Whopper in advertisement looks very good. But when you go and get it, it looks very shabby, right? Soggy. So this is a misrepresentation basically for you to take it. Free consent. A has got 2 cars, a Fiat and a Maruti. B offers to buy a car thinking Fiat. But he has got 2 cars, he is not aware. So there is no identity of mind. He is thinking Fiat, but he has got 2 cars. We don't know what car it is. This is an agreement void ab initio. Effect of absence of consent. What happens if there is no consent? When there is no consent at all, the agreement is void ab initio and it is not enforceable adoption of the other party, either party. Both of them cannot enforce the contract. Example. X, an illiterate woman, signed a gift deed thinking it was a power of attorney. This gift deed was not explained to her. It was held that her mind did not go with the writing and she never intended to sign a gift deed. And there was no consent at all. The agreement was void ab initio. This is Bala Devi versus Majumdar. Bala Devi may be an illiterate woman. Gift deed means donating the property, right? Donating something. Power of attorney is giving only temporary power. So that's the difference. They cheated her into thinking, tricked her into thinking it was a power of attorney. So there is no consent to the mind. Meaning of free consent. Free consent is one of the essential elements of valid contract as it is evidenced by section 10. So it is being talked in section 10. All agreements are contracts if they are made by free consent. It is open, frank. According to section 14, consent is said to be free when it is not caused by all these five. Consent is free when it is free. It is not caused by all this: coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, or mistakes. So basically 14A, 14B, 14C, 14D, 14E. Effect of absence of free contract consent. When there is consent but it is not free, when it is caused by coercion or undue influence or fraud or misrepresentation, the contract is usually voidable at the option of the party whose consent was so caused. X threatens to kill Y if he doesn't sell his house to X. Y agrees, but Y's consent has been obtained with a coercion, so it is not called free.